So hi, welcome to Good Noise Podcast. We're here with Gravity Circus. We're going to ask them some questions today. I'm going to start. What inspired you guys to start the project, and what does the project name mean?
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, that's actually.
So how did we start, right?
Yeah.
Well, firstly, we were together in separate bands for that was like 6 years ago, I think. 6 years, 7
We started
years.
like making music with some shared friends. We didn't know each other back at the time.
And we actually were together in so many bands, like 4 different bands, but every one of them seemed to fail. And for some reason, we were still hanging out and making music, but nothing too serious.
Mm-hmm.
And in the last band we called Waterside, when they broke up, we broke up as well as band. And then from that moment on, we thought, why don't we make our own project, right? Why don't we just make music for the fun of it? And it doesn't matter if we sound good, doesn't matter what the fuck we make.
Mm-hmm.
We just do it.
Yeah,
we're basically.
And that's how we force each other to do this. So now we're like 4 teammates.
Yeah. So we ended up like sitting together, and then we realized we were like the shared issue that like all those bands failed, and we were like the only constant thing in those bands. So we're like, all right, I guess it's our fault then. So why not team up and be failures together?
Yeah.
And so we didn't have a vocalist. None of us were singing at the time, and we decided like, okay, let's just rock paper scissors it. He lost, so he's now the vocalist. And, and we started like doing some small demos together in this room actually right here. It's my
This
my
is our
room.
studio actually.
This is the whole studio.
It was his room, but now it's our studio.
Yeah, so my bed's like halfway just crowded with guitars and stuff like that.
There's actually the
There's a drum kit I
Drum
practice
kit.
on. And wait, maybe you can
show
well,
the guitar.
we'll show it later on.
We'll show it later.
Okay.
But yeah, basically this is we just use everything in the room to record stuff with. But so we kind of were like the shared failure through all those bands, and decided like let's just pick it up together and make something out of it, and we'll see where it goes. So nobody wanted to make music with us anymore, and
Now we're stuck with each other.
yeah, so
We're best bros.
yeah.
Give me the box. Yeah,
All
thank
right.
you. Appreciate it.
And the other question, were you guys there? Because you guys cut out. Everyone's...
Oh yeah, we're here.
Oh,
okay.
we're here.
Okay. And the other question that was attached to that, what does the band name mean?
Oh yeah, we almost forgot.
That's a good one for you. Actually.
All right. Well, we started out and we were like, yeah, we have big ambitions. Like we actually we would love to make our dreams come true and everything. Like that's how you start a band, right? You're like, oh my god, we're gonna play all those venues and all that stuff. So we're like, yeah, man, it's like we're going to space then. It's like we're fucking astronauts or something. And then we decided to actually name ourselves astronauts for that reason, which was super lame in the first place to actually name yourself just completely astronauts. So we tried to like change some letters and yeah, we were like at that point we were like 5 people and then they fell off as well. So we were like, okay, it's not gonna work if we keep forcing things. And then I realized there was like a clown in my garden. My grandma died and she gave us some clowns and all that, like a whole collection. But my sister actually gets scared of a clown. And so we hung it outside because we want to get rid of it. And that clown is actually chilling on the moon. And he has a small ukulele in his hand. And we're like, wow, that's actually super, super weird. Like the match together. Like, oh, wait, you actually have show the picture?
This clown
Oh, that clown.
is like chilling on the moon.
Yeah. And we're like, yo, that's super cool. And then for some reason, it just popped into our head. And like, because we liked so many styles and everything, we thought that Gravity Circus would be a fitting name because we like space and all that stuff around it. We came up with astronauts first, and then with that moon and the clown on it and the ukulele that we also use, it kind of just happened. And the meaning behind it is more or less that we think of the world as one big Gravity Circus. Mm-hmm. Especially with all the weird stuff that's going on all the time, and it seems to get weirder and weirder every day. So so I feel like every day that goes by, it fits more like to the name basically. Yeah. So that's how we came up with the name.
It's also
pretty
like,
random actually.
oddly wholesome because it like came from your grandmother. So yeah.
Yeah.
So,
So yeah.
oh, sorry. No, you can go. Go
Oh
for it.
no, shoot.
So how do you guys feel about the response you got from your newest single, Shuteye?
Ooh. Well, actually, we're very much hyped on how everything went because it's the second release we had done with Brian Wilson, which is our producer, our mixing engineer at the moment, and Robin Schmidt, who's also our mastering engineer. They're, yeah, I don't know. It's always so nerve-wracking to release your songs and I don't know, not even force people to like them, but have the idea that people might like them or not. I don't know. It's weird, but it actually got quite good reviews on every blog we sent it out to, and the people listening, they're also very supportive and are sharing Shuteye with their friends and everything. So yeah, we're actually quite glad we're growing up here.
Yeah. So basically, we with that song, we didn't really have high expectations because we used a broken laptop at first, and actually that laptop, the W key didn't even work anymore, so you couldn't write his password anymore at some point.
Oh.
And,
Wow.
and then the USB ports were also broken, so we ended up recording Shuteye for the biggest part on our phones.
Oh wow.
So we ended up this is actually the old laptop.
This is the old laptop, right? So this is a MacBook from 2012,
and
Oh, wow.
and if you open it, if I can open it, so
yeah.
At first glance it seems okay, right? But there's like stuff falling out, and
Oh.
Yeah.
the whole back of it is like
God,
broken into
Alright.
pieces.
destroyed.
It makes
That's
such
great.
weird sound when we're recording.
Yeah, sometimes it glitches, and then it records the glitch, and then we use it in the songs too, in the demos.
Oh.
That's cool.
I mean, use everything you can, right? So
Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, we didn't expect a lot to happen from Shuteye. We just liked the song because it felt so, so completely do it yourself because it was recorded in the most primitive way. We actually recorded mouth claps and
that's
everything
true
like
percussion.
That's cool.
and that's our percussion in the track. And so that's through the whole track. You have like these claps on it, and then you have the ukulele was recorded through a drum amp. Like from my old electronic drum kit, so it's like basically not suited to record stuff with it, but we recorded it anyway, and then we just put on the phone in front of it. And
Hey,
recording all those
who
things.
would have thought that iPhones could have that kind of quality? That
Yeah, so
it
that's
actually
really-
sounds like something and not trash. So it also has that we have a good producer. So that's,
Yeah, he really helped us
that's
out
great.
with that too.
Yeah.
He was actually happy that we didn't send him a piece of shit. He mentioned that.
He mentioned that. We're gonna hear it on our next release as well.
Yeah, we used that message as the intro for our next song. So
That's
it's
so
gonna be on
cool.
that.
That is very cool.
He really liked the idea too.
Yeah. So where was your headspace while you're writing this song?
Same as with the interview, all over the place. We were always like, we're going to everywhere. Like basically, whenever there's a question, it feels like you have to give the whole context,
Yeah.
and it's especially weird to do that if your native language isn't English. But our headspace when we record that, it was your standard millennial, basically, like all the vibes that go on as a millennial.
Yeah.
In a weird generation, and feeling detached from a lot of things. Feeling like joy gets kind of ripped out of things that you used to like, and you start to lose people because of changes with how you are and how they are, and you lose your friends. You lose loved ones. That's
To be such a deep, the song has like this very deep message inside of it, but it actually, we made it in like 15 minutes. So that's the crazy part about it. We were just jamming out, and I think there was one melody, like the Shuteye.
Yeah.
And because of that, for some reason, we just started making the lyrics, playing the chords together, and we had like the first verse. And after the first verse, we were like, okay, so we have the melody for the chorus. Let's make some lyrics on that, and that happens so very quickly. Everything.
Yeah, at some
And-
point he started just making the bridge, and he didn't even ask me anything. He just made it, and I was like, "Yeah, well, just keep it that way." And we went on.
The bridge was totally
I
random
never
as well.
even got any insight into what's going on in the bridge.
That's not true. There's actually a chain sound.
Oh, I was like, yeah, it sounds too empty now. maybe we should add something, and then we decided to add like a chain sound from the ball chain we mentioned in the hook.
Yeah.
So it's like, all right, it makes sense. So it kind of adds some texture to.
We use all kinds of samples. Yeah, it doesn't matter really, as long as it sounds good
and it fits.
Yeah.
and it fits the idea. True that.
Oh my god! Wow, I love your process.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's so just put stuff together, see what works, take stuff out, just like working with what you have.
Yeah,
So,
just
I
throw
don't
shit
know,
at a
I
wall
love
and hope
that.
it sticks, kind of thing.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we use all kinds of weird samples. I think we use like colibri.
Colibri?
Yeah. Wait,
Like
let me Google that.
Like a bird or something?
Yeah.
Colibri. It's a bird, right?
Colibri.
I think so.
They're called hummingbird.
Oh, hummingbird.
Yeah.
Hummingbird.
So
oh.
we used a sample of a hummingbird in some track, the wings of it,
Oh.
and it adds like some bass noise, but it's actually a bird. And we added our dishwasher in some track, and
Yeah.
all kinds of weird sounds, and we just blend them in the song.
For some reason, his dishwasher, when you open it, it makes this very deep, eerie sound.
Yeah, like
And
a boat.
we recorded that with an iPhone.
Yeah,
Hey,
I always
iPhone
do it
again.
with iPhone. Yeah.
We always do it with iPhone. Okay, but yeah, that's included in one of our tracks too, and it's pretty cool how you can make the most simple sounds or most usual sounds that you have in your home to make a certain sound space.
The next track actually has cereal that we throw in a bowl, and
That's kinda
that's like a
something.
percussion sound.
That's so fucking
It's really
cool.
weird.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
I've never heard of a band do that before.
Yeah.
Like, wow.
Yeah, we can try to make something up. Like,
Yeah. Especially when you're a musician and have no money.
yeah.
I'm sure,
That's the
yeah.
best part.
Oh my god. Wow. Okay. So that's really cool. What artists or bands' influences do you think you can hear in that track? If any.
Shuteye.
Well,
We've heard a few.
we've heard of a few
That I
examples from some people. Like
That
the
yeah.
first person to actually mention another band with Shuteye, they said that it sounds like Red Hot Chili Peppers, and I was like,
Oh.
Huh?
I mean, I could hear it if you listen
Well,
to some songs
yeah,
like
we-
Scar Tissue, I think.
Yeah, we listened to the tracks back in the day, but I haven't listened to them in a long time. So it was kind of like, whoa, but that's funk. And then we
Yeah.
kind of went through it and was like, oh, okay, I get it.
Yeah.
I see why they mention it. And then we've heard some other artists like All J, and we've heard 21 Pilots on it, and some Gorillaz.
Gorillas,
Yeah.
exactly. I think Gorillas
Gorzillas.
is a band that we.
Yeah.
What? Sorry.
Gorzilla.
Oh, it's a.
It's
It's
a
a-
joke.
Gorilla.
Yeah.
He mispronounced
Oh my
gorillas one time live on the podcast, and he said Gorzillas because he thought that's how it was pronounced.
And now I
So
have
it's
this
just-
need to say it every single time I hear the name. So my bad.
It's sad.
Gorilla. Wow.
Yeah.
Isn't that cheese or something? No, that's Gorgonzola.
Gorgonzola. Gorgonzola.
Close enough.
Yeah, it's close.
Yeah, but Gorillas was one of them.
Mhm. I
Yeah.
can know.
Yeah, those influences come together. But we also have some Easter eggs in the track, which
Ooh.
we don't want to say. So that means you guys have to listen to it again, and maybe you'll find a band that we listen to lately a lot.
It's a scavenger hunt.
Yeah.
If you think about it.
They just came to mind while writing the song, so we kind of put them in a fun way.
That's so cool.
Yeah. So I know
Thank you.
quarantine has pretty much ended, but was the song recorded while you guys were stuck at home?
It was actually recorded a little before
Yeah.
Oh,
quarantine.
really?
It was before all the stuff were happening, so it was kind of ironic that
Yeah,
We
it
had
just
a track
fit. Like we
lying
lived that
around.
way already. So,
Yeah.
so we were already isolated anyway. So it just happened to really fit the quarantine time.
Yeah.
So people could relate more to the lyrics.
exactly. I mean, I think we especially how we make music. It's pretty isolated because we're constantly in the studio. With our two, yeah, and we're writing songs and making music and producing our tracks, and that sends you in this kind of spiral in your head sometimes, where you don't have that much social connection with other people outside of the studio, and that feeling is what we kind of translated in Shuteye, and for some reason, the quarantine happened, and we just thought it might be a good fit to
Yeah, good
release
fit to
it
release
now.
that one.
Yeah.
We actually have like 30 songs in demos, but we randomly decided
Oh,
to send
what?
that one in at the time. And yeah, we got that done, and it was like just in time to make the quarantine time.
Yeah.
Actually, so it
I
was
mean,
good.
if you see our release plan, we have everything like planned out and written out, but it never happens as it is in the plan. It always changes.
Yeah.
Like we have so many names for songs as well, so many names for albums. You don't even want to know.
Yeah, and they change all the time or are mispronounced, and then we just keep the mispronounced name.
Yeah, exactly.
Stuff like that. Or we can't come up with one name, so we just give it 3 names, and then
That's
we end
fair.
up with like a long name. That's actually the next track is called Millennial Crisis Pop Rocks, and then My CPR.
Oh my god.
So it's all over the place again. So it's kind
I
of
love
weird,
Yeah.
but we just want to stick to that.
Wow.
And it's actually one of the tracks that inspired us to make a new upcoming like album thing. We're not sure how many tracks are going to be on there, but it's going to be called Millennial Crisis because we kind of live in one,
Mhm.
and felt
And
appropriate.
we are millennials as well.
Yeah, so
yeah.
it fits, I think.
Are you guys millennials as well? Actually,
Gen Z.
Gen
Like,
Z.
Gen Z.
I think Gen Z is the most recent one, right? No, not most recent, like the second, right?
The
Shane?
second,
Gen Z?
yeah, the second most recent.
think so,
Second
yeah.
wave.
Gen Z, how do we call you?
Second.
How do we call you?
Yeah. Are
Do you
like
guys have a
different
name?
Species now?
Yeah, what the hell?
We're completely
Um,
different. Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's just Gen Z, right? Because it's like, I think that's
Oh,
it.
well,
Yeah.
that's. I
Or
mean, you
Gen
got all
Z.
the crazy names, right? Baby boomers and that kind
Yeah.
of stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think so.
Boomer.
Yeah.
Well, we're now in a generation where we name kids after airplanes and stuff, right?
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
like Elon
So-
Musk, right?
Yeah.
XYZ something.
Ash
Oh yeah.
12. Yeah, something.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's gonna be
Everything
the
is
name.
possible nowadays.
Exactly.
It's gonna
Fantastic.
be Android people.
Oh yeah, that's
man.
next. That's next month.
Detroit become human.
Oh my god. So you guys were talking about an upcoming album. Is it right to assume that this track will be featured on that album?
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely.
We're gonna put this one on there. But yeah, we're kind of doing a do-it-yourself promotion thing in where we keep changing our minds in between, which kind of adds to the whole millennial crisis idea, I think. And
Yeah.
therefore, yeah.
You never know with us. I mean, we're saying album now, right? But before you know, it's gonna be like 3 EPs and then 2 albums, and
Yeah, something
it's all
weird
over the
happening.
place.
Just whatever
But you
happens.
can't assume for now that it's probably gonna be an album. Yeah.
Okay.
They're gonna
Excited
take
for
like
that.
the Haley Williams route on releasing it in like 3
Oh,
EPs and then drop the
I
album.
really like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, that was crazy. Actually, I love her.
So for the last couple questions, we're gonna shift away from music and we're gonna go straight to death row. So if you're on death row, what would your last meal be with a drink?
Oh shit! I've never.
Whoa.
We never interact with people, so we don't get questions. So let me think about it.
That is a
Uh,
good question.
Thank you.
Ah,
I thought of it myself.
Yeah, they're real thinkers. These questions.
nice.
Okay, wait.
Well, I know mine.
Yeah, go ahead.
You know,
Maybe you
know yours?
inspire me. No, I have no idea.
Mine's pretty simple.
Really?
I mean, I'm a simple man with a simple mind.
No, you're not. Okay, we go for it.
Nobody knows. Shh. Nobody knows on Facebook. Okay. No, but it will probably be KFC
Okay.
Really?
with Red Bull.
With
Okay,
Red Bull.
obviously
Oh,
That's all I need, right?
That's a power combo.
Yeah.
That is a power combo. What a way to go out.
Honestly.
I mean, I'm gonna die anyway, so I might as well. right?
Exactly.
Might as well speed up the process.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I'd rather choke on KFC than die on death row.
That's a good one, actually.
I get that.
Like, honestly, I would just ask for like something where I could get a refill and just keep eating and die that way instead of death row.
Yeah, that's
And then just take water so that I could just keep going.
So like an
You know?
unlimited, just a buffet.
Calories for the drink, and then just go for the for the food instead.
Oh my god.
That's probably what I would do.
Yeah.
I'd probably take chicken too.
What are the answers you got from other people, if I may ask?
Oh my god.
We've gotten
Or what is the craziest one?
the craziest one. I know we just got one recently. It wasn't a baby. We were talking about somebody who asked for a baby.
Yeah.
It was.
One that really
Oh.
sticks
It was
out.
a police officer.
Oh
It was
yes.
a police officer's heart.
Yeah.
That's the last one we got. And it was
Oh, that's specific.
Yes.
Pretty
Yeah.
specific.
And
Yeah.
one
Well,
that
if
was,
he's dead anyway, we could use
It's-
and one that's not as crazy or cannibalistic. One that always sticks out to me is from Cheers Pricks. Wes said he would take a bunch of the cheesy roll-ups from Taco Bell, and he can continue to eat those like forever.
Yeah.
So just he'd eat a bunch of those, stay
Exactly.
alive.
Yeah.
Oh my.
The cheesy roll.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty.
Yeah.
We had like a stint on the
Yeah.
podcast where everybody was talking about Taco Bell for like a solid
It was
week.
so weird.
Yeah.
Like literally one after another was just like Taco Bell.
Yeah.
Oh my
Sponsor
god.
us, please.
Well, I'm kind of jealous of you guys because you guys do have Taco Bell and we actually don't here.
Yeah, we have
Oh.
Taco Mundo,
We have Taco Mundo.
which is different.
Oh.
Oh, okay. All right.
That's not the same thing.
Yeah.
It's not. Dang. All right.
No, it's. I think I'm not even sure if it's a franchise. Actually, is it?
Taco Mundo, no.
No, that's
It's
our-
actually it's the owner was in my class in high school.
Wow.
Yeah,
Oh damn!
few restaurants, and
Oh, that's it.
I mean,
oh damn! Well, that's what we got.
he's so smart though because there's no Taco Bell, right? So what do you create?
Yeah, of
Taco
course.
Mundo.
Exactly.
Oh man, I love Mexican.
Wow.
Smart.
Adapt. Exactly. Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. Yeah.
Exactly. So, moving on from food and Taco Bell, if you could live in one fictional world for a week, where would you live?
Damn.
Fictional world.
Mm-hmm.
How do you come up with this question? God damn.
Yeah.
Holy
They
shit.
just
I
come
feel
to
like we
me,
don't
you know?
talk, man. Like I feel like we should have gone over all these kind of themes, like way when we met. But
Yeah, true. Oh man, like, come on. You know, fictional worlds where you'd like to live.
yeah,
World of Warcraft.
I've lived in World of Warcraft for quite a long time.
That's fair.
Yeah, I used to be really overweight. I've lost. I'm not sure how you guys do it with like the metrics skills. Is that how you call it?
Mhm.
Or the whatever it is.
Metrics,
I lost
yeah.
55 kilos at some
wow.
point because I was super overweight and playing games all day.
Damn.
Oh my
And
God.
and yeah, so I basically lived in World of Warcraft for a while.
Okay.
So that's a spot I know by heart. I think I could live there.
Probably.
What else? What else is there to live in?
I mean, the worlds I'd probably live in is anime worlds
Mhm.
because anime rocks, but a specific anime? Damn. Oh, maybe I'm not sure if you guys watch anime, but Boku no Hero. I'd like to be a hero.
Okay. I think I've heard
How,
of
how
it.
dope is that?
I think I've heard of
Yeah,
that
it's
one.
like My Hero Academia.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I watched My Hero.
Such a cool anime. God damn.
Uh,
I like to be a hero.
So I have the honor of asking the last question, and almost everyone we talk to says the most important question. What is your favorite color?
I know that one. Mine is turquoise. Turquoise.
Turquoise.
Yeah, turquoise. That one. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. That's my favorite color. I can't even pronounce it, but it's my favorite one.
Hey, that's fine.
I mean-
I know what you're saying.
Mine is teal.
I
It's pretty
love the
close to
specifics.
turquoise.
Yeah, I'm loving the specifics.
Yeah.
Close.
Wow.
Very close.
So that is all the questions we have for you today.
That's
Is there anything you would like to plug?
Oh.
Oh.
Well, we have one single.
I mean, we'd like to plug our newest, latest release, Shuteye,
Yeah.
and our Spotify. Please listen. We have great music, and he plays with his mouth and stuff. So that's pretty cool.
Try to
Come on.
catch that sound, maybe.
Try to kind of
And,
sound. Yeah.
and see if we have hidden some Easter eggs in our tracks.
Yeah.
That would be fun.
Like
if-
don't
if
look
people
don't
actually
look
find
too
it.
hard for Easter eggs.
Yeah.
Like the metaphorical ones, not real Easter eggs.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
What?
Uh,
my God.
Way to go, dude.
So thank you for sitting down with us. This has been Gravity Circus, and we're the Good Nice Podcast.